Hi, I'm Steve Podmore. I'd like to welcome you to Funding the Global Goals, the podcast and YouTube channel, because this is the first in a series of podcasts and YouTube videos which is going to explain and going to talk about the system innovation that we require to fund the global goals, or the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs as they are otherwise known. Well, the SDGs are the most important issues of modern times. They include poverty, climate change, health, education. These are truly important issues, and they are life and death for millions and millions of people. They are quality of life. They are the sustainability of the planet. But the challenge, despite our capital systems working in some areas, they're failing us massively in terms of funding at the scale we require the Sustainable Development Goals. In this series of podcasts, we're going to do two things. We're going to talk about our vision and my vision for Transform Global and Big Crowd, which is a plan to create a sustainable development bank that can address these issues around the world, and a platform that helps people collaborate and fund and get behind initiatives that can have greatest impact, the big impact game changers as we call them. So we're going to do that, and we're going to talk about my journey and my theories of why we're just making it so difficult to fund entrepreneurs that can have the largest and potentially the largest effect, and why they struggle to get the funding while donors and funders struggle to find them. This is one of the things that we're going to cover, but we're going to cover as well in a series of studio interviews or interviews out and about in the meetings that we have. We're going to cover some of the leading lights of system innovation in finance who have got the plans and the proposals, but not just in finance, in policy, in business, in smart business and purpose-driven enterprise and philanthropy. Those who are doing the most, or have got the biggest and best and boldest ideas to do the most to address these funding shortfalls, which by many accounts is in the region of $5 trillion in the next 5 to 10 years. These are numbers that are widely debated, but what isn't under any debate is that we need new innovative methods of finance that will enable capital to flow far more easily. Not only has it got to flow to good things, we've got to turn off the tap of capital that's going to fund the wrong kind of commercial activities. So we also need activists. We need people who can make a huge impact with policy and with innovations in civil society. So this is what this Funding the Global Goals, the podcast, is going to cover. We'd love you to subscribe. It's really important that people learn about new initiatives. We're going to try and demystify some of the funding. I mean, on my journey, which has been from 2006, it's been a long and arduous road to get to the place I'm at now, which is only really the beginning. I've been astounded at how few people in finance or in government really understand why money isn't flowing. And it's not rocket science, but it needs deep thought, deep understanding, working theories, and it also needs action. It needs detailed, bold proposals. And the problem is we're just not digging deep enough. We're not really thinking with the open minds and with the innovation approach that we require to change this. So in this series of interviews and podcasts, we're going to tackle that. It's also important to say that when we interview people, it's a no-holds-barred approach. So we're going to talk about what they're doing great, but also what they could do better, what they see as the impediments to funding and to the innovation that we require to tackle these truly important issues. So here outside Canary Wharf, you can see it is a new dawn. And quite literally, it is a new dawn. It's the beginning of a new decade. It's 2020. In fact, it's mid-January. And we want to bring this to you to help us make this the most important decade of our lives. Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe, share, tell other people, comment, and get involved. You can go onto the transformglobal.co website or the bigcrowd.net website to learn more about these initiatives and the investment opportunity that we have. We're raising capital, but also through this series of podcasts, you'll be able to learn about many others who are doing incredible things, and you can get in touch with them directly. So thanks again for watching, and we look forward to connecting and to making change and making this the most important